That's right. Nii shipi eba trashi kushmelo. Mini yano. Nyemi ufane be oyojugba. All right. That's right. Bolly. Me receive information go be. By. Yeah, 1 second. All right. Shout out to Atago fine be oyojugba. Na mo ko eba fit away. Right. Atago eba fit away. Nemisa eba fit away. Le sani wofi one hale shout out. Ingeke oye Rotterdam ni am e bomoding Nas hairstyling. Nas hairstyling. Bomoding. Right. So show is and no show is and no mean bolly mean be sanji 1-2-1-2 come show is and no so nya wa call na kan tomo beni ba ke me miss money ma be sanji ni sanji ne ni ma be arise from the press conference ni abola pia mi be ba fe now me no about discuss it call omanjo Sanie eni were you on mimba yen fight show a Sunday no you or mimba yen fight wa de nche no bona sure Sunday no you or bona so far the corner I can feel a little distracted there kekimi bona because I always do my very best to bolly share with you the best of information on aboni near your in keba ke be makebwa no kwali it's not a matter of team A get team B ni I believe akekeji wafe na kind instead of ni waba play team ko because wasumo moko sane. You understand what I'm saying? Then look, and this is where I sometimes I do have a problem within Yemen ni Yogani and I don't fault them. I don't blame them. Some of our leaders are not that friendly. You understand what I'm saying? Ke oye abani bona beno bana owala engmebu. You understand? So some of us say we are privileged enough. Okay, we live outside of the jurisdiction. Ni wanyewa bibi neke sanjie. You understand what I'm saying? So it is not necessarily a jab on wanyeme ni yoga. I understand the situation. If I were to be Yagan, I probably wouldn't be as bold as I am. That is just a fact. Because look, your life will be in danger. You understand what I'm saying? So, sometimes I hit me too hard because you have to be factual and you have to be to yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So now, and look, we need to ask the uncomfortable questions, even to the people that we love and follow and appreciate. That is the only way ni gambanye ko mama kwakwa ni ebu tamo boni were dane. You understand what I'm saying? If we can ask the uncomfortable questions even to the people that we love and follow and appreciate, ni ameba provide good and truthful answers, not just them telling us what we want to hear, but ameba provide accurate and truthful answers. Obana keshi but sometimes we are unable to ask these questions. And like I said, in as much as I would want for my Yeme ni your Ghana ni ametwalo mo fe mo ni chuo ne keno kone ni these uncomfortable questions I can understand. It's easier said than done. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of first thing what your man say, me and Kobo, maybe if you were to be in Ghana, we wouldn't be as vocal as we are now. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you understand? Shout out to you, Felix, to your time. But we need to try as much as possible, even with that situation there. We need to try and just ask the uncomfortable questions. Many answers, Baba. Bonia Feni, it shouldn't be like numo because numo so a wow. You understand what I'm saying? Numo so a wow. Ona ni tumobani ona mimbiake ani sempe ni ameto ni osabu akwe ake Sowutuom Mantse ani eje no koni esani amefe alo eje no koni esani amefe. Now if you are watching me ekole ni sempe kwa bimpa mi kpabo fai mene ma bisanji nkome ye shiba mi o fine. If you have the answers, you have documents to prove neke sanjine ni mabie to answer them truthfully. Yeah, shibami. O fine. Bomodeni okay papa ro. Ke papa ro ni the sheno. Impa in the basheno. You understand what I'm saying? In the basheno ni gen in the sheno. Mani mambiali. Meji betene onaga no ke ko ha papa ro ni the sheno mbatabi ni mbakanefe na kano Sowutuom sanene mita o male sempe shidamo yemi ojoban dienche. You understand? Because inu no koshishi. Ami documents enyo komeni inu shishi. No wani mene mimbi na kansanye. Mita omale sempe shidamo ojogba ye neke no kone neke Sowutuom sanene. Dani ameto alo Nii Oto ni Osabu akwe ake Sowutuom Mantse. I want answers. And I think ake kaji wani nene eshe sempe wojiano ke mingbla mo miye ekole bani ni afe clear ni wana koni waka go on a tangent. It is not right. You understand? So I'm not going to be casting aspersions on you and the Sempes too, but I'm going to be asking questions based on documents in your komenina. And of course, one side documents maybe there are documents from Sempeni about answer neke question. So me tabufai iche ke o kwemi no ye wojim ni ebanye trowo e wale ni sempe yo ye Sowutuom ni nwe woni sempe to Mantse jeme ani ni the ashedo because this other side ami wolo ni last wolo no nke chon ye bi edan ni innako ake moko from the sempe side eba dispute because now me we am che sempe be na me we shi sempe ye na kan no mi ake sempe eto Mantse ni na kan jeme je ameshikoni. So we should know it's an imambiale, and that is why we are gonna ask these questions, no matter how uncomfortable it is. We need to ask. You understand what I'm saying? So Nii Adote Otintor, yeah, shibami. Kedi mene o question kedi sempe e wini judgment ko. Sempe ya documents ko. Ni chonaka na ken Sowutuom shikon jinye e ye sempe ma anom liye impa ya shibami. Ani na ken no oni ni asheno. Koni nkechon man biye koni press conference ni abola pia min biye ba fe keke what situate lo jogba wana no ni ameba yue eke wana sempe wo jie eke wo bo sempe bi ho atwe eke wo kwa ke ani neke gwekui enyone alo neke stools enyone no mo poten jimoni esani control theater ten Sowutuom because as it stands now efetomo because in no response from Sempe. So once again, I'm calling on you. If you have any response, and in the asheno, yeah, ishibami, koni nke chong man biye, koni abola pia min biye we, ame oma biya me sandene sanima biya me. Onum sisi, like I said, documents they get chong before. In no response go from Sempe. Masanka achwen ko ni mabi sani ko. You understand what I'm saying? So once again, Nii Adote Otintor, yeah, ishibami, keji woji ye. Ni echon aka na kanjeme sempe no niye ye shibami ani ni tete TV woni ne ahye no ye shibami koni wakechon mambia koni wabisanjie because Sowutuom no ni te no omanjo no ni te no ejeme fe is because mokombote moko susu momie mokombote jurisdiction mi ne sani mo boti on. Now abola pia mi bi en claim ake Sowutuom kana kanjeme fe amame no ni So keji amame no nie te balete ni sempe to manche yejeme. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, nin tabi in kabake text mo ni text show e wono text or akemi ake Nii Adote Obuo niji Nii Adote Otintor a predecessor eto manche yejeme before. Akemi ake aseneme hu eto manche yejeme before. Bona so nakan Sowutuom ni amie aseneme eto manche yejeme before. Sempe eto manche yejeme before. Abola pia mi bi en claim aka amame shikoni. You understand what I'm saying? And the only thing ni about clear ne keni ne awo are documents because you sure ke litigate sanjin yejeme baba o. So far abola pia mi bi I may provide documents ni cho ake be court eye ake jeme amame noni. Now na kenona me provide and sempe appeal ni sempe appeal a reverse na keno na akeshikpon asempe keji sempe appeal ko ni a reverse ko ni akebanha sempe. Then as it's done say benakenjebe abola pia mi bia no, and you would ask yourself keji na ken judgment ni abola pia mi bia secure ni sempe appeal. I don't know whether sempe appeal in a reverse or no, and that is why I'm asking the questions. I hope I can Nii Adote Otintor e kwemi keji sempe appeal ko na reverse ko na ken judgment then what business does sempe have installing a chief over there? You understand what I'm saying? What business does sempe have installing a chief over there? Ona ni ebani neke nokone aba ni ayanoni apply me ni ajime. You understand what I'm saying? And that is what I do not understand. And today we're going to be asking the uncomfortable questions. Onum shishi class captain makane ngratron keke one date say ni yo me fe. Shout out to brother Nico Fane boy ojuba. My Evelyn Nat to your ten Maggie is present. Maggie o suspension info me. Me no feel present. So o suspension info me. Ona boni ni yo. So like I said, keji judgment ni abola pia mi bi enye. Appealiko ni a reverse kwe. Then sempe has no business installing a chief in Sowutuom. They have no business. Now, Nii Osabu'S. You understand what I'm saying? But what is right is right. And what is wrong is wrong. If Abola Pia Mimbi I'm a claim to Sowutuom is legit, is legal, then Sempe Efenoko ni it is illegal. And we need to speak to the facts. It's anyone call out illegality, illegitimacy when it happens. You understand what I'm saying? It should not be because it's when there is an illegality and illegitimacy, I cannot speak to it. Keji wafe na ke wanye watwagan boni wata woni watwagan. Keji wafe na ke wabaya no ni waba provide room for nibi ne sa for nibi fungi. Ni when you provide room for nibi ne sa can nibi fungi. This is what happens. The result is what we saw last year. Ni ashoni yomanjo. And that is why we need to call some of these things out. You understand what I'm saying? Now, without much ado, let me play you the press conference from Abola Piami. Noni amefena make a counter noni Nii Osabu'S mefe about 2 weeks ago. What a face show ye be. Nyani watwa nakaino koni wabuatwe. Now I have a hard copy of release koni makane nibi kome yemi keke noni esani questions this anima be keke imbi because look we should not be having cases like Omanjo. And we would not be having cases like Omanjo. Keji mofemo ya no kwale. Keji mokwe ya mokonomi. Mokokono ko ya ekoni esani eko. You understand what I'm saying? Mokokono ko ya ekoni esani eko. Mokwe ya mokonomi. We would not be having cases like Omanjo. Where ni ayafi ni jema wajin kesisai ebakle keshie keke leshweshi. And these continue to happen because waye no kwale. Ona boni ni yo. Now, nyani wakwa wacheme abola piami be a press ani amefe koni wachano. O fine ye shibami jani femo ko ni leun ekehamoko ami gonti no ni ya nwe ko koni wachano ye shibami ko o like ko show ami like mo ami jani femo kehamoko ni okihamoko nya wabo abola piami bi atwe.
All welcome to this press conference by the Abola family of Kamashi Accra. I am Benjamin Nii Mensa, principal member and then secretary for the family. And with me, on my left, Said Ishak, and the next is Madam Grace Boku, principal member. And on my left, Nii Adote Otintor, the first member of the family and the chief of Omanjo. Next is Madam Nii Akia, principal member of the family. The next one is Madam Sowutuom Mantse, a principal member of the family. Yeah, I go to the statement. The press statement for the press conference. Shooting incident at Omanjo during the climax of Overreach Festival. Dear members of the media, you are all welcome to today's press conference by the Abola family of Kamashi Accra to address you on the recent happenings of violence at Omanjo, which occurred on 30th August 2025 during the sprinkling of Populi, where 4 people were killed and several injured. As long as this matter had not been put to rest, the family continued to condemn in no uncertain terms the unfortunate acts of violence that resulted in the loss of innocent lives. Our condolences go to the bereaved families. Ladies and gentlemen, the family would like to start this briefing by making reference to a statement made by His Excellency, the President of the Republic, during the 69th Independence Anniversary, which statement urges Ghanaians to build a culture of integrity, honesty, and discipline. Integrity is built at the back of honesty and discipline. As a people, we can only build a peaceful, prosperous, and beautiful world to live in where discipline and honesty is our hallmark. Dishonesty destroys a nation. The entire Sowutuom lands, including Omanjo, where the unfortunate incident occurred, covering an area of 6,698.726 acres, is a family land and not a school land. I repeat, it's not a school land. This statement is supported by decisions from the High Court, Land Division, Accra, and affirmed by Court of Appeal in suit numbers TRLD/45/10 High Court, and then H1/141/2017 Court of Appeal, entitled Set Ankra and Joseph Yaya Adi versus Kingsford Ajabin Michael Agbewalifiu, Bashir Ahiaku, and Sempe Mantse. Until recently, the Abola family had not installed any chief of Sowutuom lands. In the past, people were appointed as caretakers of Sowutuom lands, one of whom was Atiku as caretaker of Omanjo. Long after the demise of Atiku, the family recently deemed it fit to install a chief for the Omanjo community, and therefore duly installed Nii Adote Otintor as Sowutuom Mantse. It is therefore unconscionable for any group of persons to launch unprovoked fatal attack on celebrants of a beautiful festival like Homowo. This is condemnable act of violence. After the unfortunate incident that happened at Omanjo, there have been several press conferences and videos coming from the perpetrators. of the heinous act, purporting to shift blame and speak to issues of ownership of Sowutuom lands. We dare to say that all these press conferences and videos are only meant to distort historical facts. These inconsistencies alone point to the fact that the authors are either trying to cover up their misdeeds or they are exhibiting their level of dishonesty and indiscipline. Among the several press conferences, we would like to respond to that of one Daniel Nii Saba. According to him, Nii Osabu'S father, that is Teddy, is an indigene of Agbola-Piam, and therefore Nii Osabu'S and his siblings are from Agbola-Piam. We want to state unequivocally that if truly they are indigenes of Agbola-Piam, they will not do acts that will go contrary to the values of Agbola-Piam. Again, according to Nii Saba, Nii Osabu'S was installed by Nii Sempe on Agbola-Piam family land as Sowutuom Mantse. Sempe is a stool and Agbola-Piam is a family. It is therefore undeniable inconsistent for Nii Saba to say that because Nii Osabu'S has been wrongly installed on Agbola-Piam family land, he metamorphosed from Sempe to become a member of Agbola-Piam family. The least said about this is better. Nii Adote Otintor, the chief of Omanjo, is an indigene of Agbola-Piam Tungawi family and was properly and legitimately installed by the elders of Agbola-Piam Tungawi family, who are the true and allodial owners of Sowutuom lands, including Omanjo. It goes without saying that if Nii Osabu'S, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this press conference by the Agbola-Piam.
Like noise, few sound in me. So I'm going to read it out to you. I have the hard copy here. Makande Mahabo. And this is why I need me question saying now. Shatake, at the time Bra Ofori was installed as chief, Otintor was not chief. Okay, I didn't know this. So thank you. Palace died before they moved to Sowutuom to build a camp. The land is not for Sempe. Nii Ofori family don't have any land in Sowutuom. Thank you, Shatta, for bringing this up. Nitrage Sanima Beje Nii Otintor Nitole. So Sanima Machake in headline there. So once again, thank you, Shatta, for bringing this to my attention. Like the word on the streets, and anyway, I don't think anybody has disputed. Everybody thought that Nii Otintor Itole Manche. So thank you for bringing the clarification. I should have done my checks on that. But nonetheless, anima kane noni onuni wache we, like I said, because noise fio komeye se nije fe jinoni video capture. So let me read it. Bonia fe ni ona question say ni mabie kona gbenenke document say ni Agbola-Piam bi yo achombo. So let's do that. Let's ani what you nakaino over ami okay. I mean, 1 second in WhatsApp, if freeze it real quick. Here we go. Okay, so let me show that to you. Koni agbene wabi na ofine jani femo ni ofeshwage call Nii Otintor can handle personally. Ni ke na jemu ko ye ne ba je Sempe ne ba nke wo ba you anu kwale ni wo ba bid uncomfortable questions. So there you have it. Press ani onani ntwa 3 pages. First page ne. A shooting incident at Omanjo during the climax of the Mall Festival. Benofeno, yeah, okay, that's right. Class captain, be my eyes for me. Shatta, don't be my eyes. Can no go ya no juba. You find any text me. Kodi Mali, because in best screen in there, no. Me at the other side, ni makande near. So if something untoward happens, yeah, near no, you find a nyani happen nyani Malia. So again, dear members of the media, you're all welcome to today's press conference by the Agbola-Piam family of Gamashi, Accra, to address you on the recent happenings of violence at Omanjo, which occurred on 30th August 2025 during the sprinkling of Kwekwe, where 4 people were killed and several injured. As long as this matter had not been put to rest, the family continued to condemn in no uncertain terms the unfortunate acts of violence that resulted in the loss of innocent lives. Our condolences go to the bereaved families. Ladies and gentlemen, the family would like to start this briefing by making reference to a statement made by His Excellency, the President of the Republic, during the 69th Independence Anniversary, which statement urges Ghanaians to build a culture of integrity, honesty, and discipline. Integrity is built at the back of honesty and discipline. As a people, we can only build a peaceful, prosperous, and beautiful world to live in where discipline and honesty is our hallmark. Dishonesty destroys a nation. I love this particular part of the statement, and that is what this channel tries to do, and that is what this channel tries to propagate. And I hope every youth, New York, Ghana, would take this particular paragraph to heart. Integrity is built on the back of honesty and discipline. As a people, we can only build a peaceful, prosperous, and beautiful world to live in where discipline and honesty is our hallmark. Dishonesty destroys a nation. Now, Bobby Etwe, the entire Sowutuom lands, including Omanjo, where the unfortunate incident occurred, covering an area of 6,698.726 acres, is a family land and not a stool land. I repeat, it is not a stool land. So that is the first point. This is what Abola Piami be saying, and that is why we need a response from Sempe, because Sempe me wakwe. So keji ato moko manche yame ni abole Nii Osabu'S akwe ni chwake Sempe manom. Sempe amenomli ni. Ebe Abola Piami be ni chwake wekuni own or lands ne yame then definitely eje yame, because keji yame a stool name if I reflect clearly ake ejejeme now it's two name any one hour ake eye Sempe no me, because it's a Sempe Nii Osabu'S. Now let's go to the next page. What channel? Let me zoom it out. Koni ona. Again, this statement once again is supported by decisions from the High Court, Land Division, Accra, and affirmed by a court of appeal in suit number CRLD/45/10, High Court, H1/141/2017. So I appeal. So there was an original judgment, and the judgment of which was appealed to the High Court. The High Court affirming noni the lower court rare. So clearly, Obanake from the High Court Land Division Abola Piami be ame ye case na kete appeals court we I affirm it, I confirm the decision amanomie hame. Now, entitled Seth Ankra and Joseph Yaya Ade. Waliake Joseph Yaya Ade leji Abola Piami bia onukpabiane still yolo ebogo. He's still alive. He's over 90 years old. Versus Kingsford Ajaben Michael Agbe Walefio na ache taflache Nigeria agbe mi Kwashi Ahiaku and the Sempe stool. So the Sempe stool was part of this nekesanene na ye High Court Land Division Abola Piami. Na appeal kete appellate court mwe asa affirm no ni lower court in favor of Abola Piami. Sempe stool fitai. Once again, bear that in mind. Nii Osabu'S bear a stool name is from Sempe. Sempe bi wakwe akwe ya Abola Piami. Now, neke lawsuit ni High Court ye Abola Piami. Ni appellate court ame affirm na kan decision Sempe stool fitai. Na ye against ame. No ni mimbiake. So keji court ye sandi. Ni aye against the Sempe. Many he won ni Sempe to Mantse. Alo Sempe ye Mantse olo ye Sowutuom ni e cover neke oman George me benefe ni sani baba. Why? Now, unless ake Sempe me ame appellate court decision kete Supreme Court ni Supreme Court reverse neke no kone keji na kano then Sempe esani ame ani wale. The Sempe stool should let us know. Okay, after neke appellate ruling ni aye wache ni ayade ka abola pia mi biye amekete Supreme Court ni Supreme Court question awo neke appellate court ruling alo judgment achafon ni aye Sempe no they have a right to those lands. But keji nakenoko ya no, once again I don't know. That is why I'm asking the questions today. And I hope I can Nii Otintor kwe. Niket na can document here. E ba ni one ni ashe no. Koni wana ke no na bola pia mi bi e ka wo. Ba me wa me male wo. Ni wa ba kan e bi e na fe fan e amofe mo. Bona so Nii Adote Otintor ye shi ba mi. In liako ba kwe. In liake this particular show ba kwe because in chogbe ninke o picture egme thumbnail no. I'm asking the question. Ani neke appellate court judgment ne ani Sempe appeal kete Supreme Court ni akete Supreme Court ani awo appellate court judgment ne achafon na ye Sempe no ele ken na kan ne be no ele mini chen yanko Nii Osabu'S ye egbe na yo manche yo Sowutuom because aye shikeji je na kan ni boni abola pia mi bi e ka wo na kan ne be Sempe be no go come ye Sowutuom. No wa esani ame manche yin ojeme ne ba interfere with the activities of manche ni abola pia mi bi eto. Truth is eternal. It is one. Ekomepe esani twenjole aba woting. Esani anukwale aba woting. No peke wo fear no ba no ya kehwele mo because we are unable to do some of these things no one no ya keshole money watawo as a people. Of course, individuals one come amen ya no na amen shole. So amen egba amena. But the ordinary masses, they are suffering. Onum shishi ke Sempe appealiko ne ke appellate court judgment ne ke yako Supreme Court ni ayeko against the awoko acheko afon. Then Sempe has no business. Now, history and everything, maybe, but when legally I decide. So ni I decide unless was someone who was so legally I decide then Sempe shouldn't have anything doing there. When you about to manche never interfere with the activities of Naga Manche and Atowe. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's go on. Until recently, Abola Piami family had not installed any chief on Sowutuom lands. In the past, people were appointed as caretakers of Sowutuom lands, one of whom was Atipo Bitor as caretaker of Omanjo. Nakaino lewe in Yawolu and Inkabachobo, and Kachombo before that, Shinkabachobo. Neke Atipo Bitone wolono kelesanye ge Sempe kelesanye abola pia mi bi kelesanye ni eyusu na kenjame land say for farming. Now once again keji Sempe kenjame ehamokodan. You understand what I'm saying? Keji Sempe kenjame ehamokodan ni ameke ni mo achuni ya jemeda. I need Nii Otintor to send me that document so I can show it to the people like Sempe ke jeme amokodan. You understand what I'm saying? We need these documents. Look, this is what my platform is for. Madia cheme ni yo ganfe kenye platform na abomi. Bona ninye na miake mi if you are nukpa ni you agwagwe shimo minta oma wanye ni asagan ni gan akọ mama papa na ebu to moboni da na nye young pai ni nye fio ebahi. Give me the document. Nii Adote Otintor, give me the document. Keji Sempe stool FA transactions come before ni neke judgment ne poba. Let me see. But then again, the question is, would it even matter? It would not even matter anymore because Yeshua Kekeji Naken documents come here. Court would take all of those into consideration. Then I'm about to arrive at a judgment there. So if even proud ni nekeno kone ba sempe keme kajame weli si medan, look, it would not even matter because there is a court judgment. The only thing that will matter in this case is a Supreme Court judgment throwing away noni appellate court FA. Now, so let's go on. Long after the demise of Atipobito, the family recently deemed it fit to install a chief of the Omanjo community and therefore duly installed Nii Adote I as Omanjo Mantse. It is therefore unconscionable for any group of persons to launch unprovoked fatal attack on celebrants of a beautiful festival like Humo. This is condemnable acts of violence. After the unfortunate incident that happened at Omanjo, there had been several press conferences and videos coming from the perpetrators of the heinous act purporting to shift blame and speak to issues of ownership of Sowutuom lands. Now, we dare to say that all these press conferences and videos are only meant to distort historical facts. These inconsistencies alone point to the fact that the authors are either trying to cover up their misdeeds or they are exhibiting their level of dishonesty and indiscipline. Monique Craft message, I love this person. A diction me a use in crafting this release was fantastic. You know, it was fantastic. This is what I try to do here. This is what I try to preach. It is the only medicine never cure our disease. Elani your honesty, discipline, truthfulness. No peje chofanike woko eba chawo ila. Yes, class captain. Excellent diction. Excellent. Excellent. Piles ni eba here wo o na keshi ele na can piles clearly. Can machine. Keje one tao watch our here. We need to take the pill of honesty. We need to take the pill of discipline. We need to take the pill of truthfulness. Let's go on. Among the several press conferences, we would like to respond to that of one Daniel Nii Saban Saba. According to him, Nii Ofoli's father, Teddy, is an indigene of Abolapiam, and therefore Nii Ofoli and his siblings are from Abolapiam. We want to state unequivocally that if truly they are indigenes of Abolapiam, they will not do acts that would go contrary to the values of Abolapiam. Once again, Keji echeje Abolapiam ni ye manche ye echese achele Nii Osabu'S. You understand what I'm saying? Awo akwe ye Abolapiam. Awo akwe ye Abolapiam. So keji lele me uncle a relator me yem mami say. You understand what I'm saying? Imami say. So keji lele me uncle HSJ Abolapiam. Then esani ni ye manche ya Abolapiam. Esani enyo sempe sengbe. You understand what I'm saying? So keji HSJ me te fiote ni awole sempegbe. Now, let's continue. We want to state unequivocally that if truly they are indigenes of Abolapiam, they will not do acts that will go contrary to the values of Abolapiam. Again, according to Nii Saban Saba, Nii Ofoli was installed by Nii Sempe on Abolapiam family land as Sowutuom Mantse. Bona. So this is what they are saying. Now, Sempe is a stool and Abolapiam is a family. It is therefore undeniably inconsistent for Nii Saban to say that because Anima next page. Because Nii Ofoli has been wrongfully installed on Abolapiam family land, he metamorphosed from Sempe to become a member of Abolapiam family. There you have it. It cannot be ake a sene tano saying yes and pegbe. She a Abolapiam. Sempe enye to manche e Abolapiam. You understand what I'm saying? Sempe enye to manche kapke Abolapiam na Abolapiam intole basane enye Abolagbe. Nii Adote Takiye she agbe den jalante jawe. She enye se in the family tree chombo enye se Abolapiam. No awole Abolapiam gbe Nii Adote Taki. Awole you understand what I'm saying? Awole lantejan we be. Awole Sempe be. I don't know, a family a link, a can touch all the thing, I can send him. So I don't know, but a follow come jabola piami. No, achoni akawole. You understand what I'm saying? So clearly, I will like bear because I hear when yake lele, no come with be. Honoring church. So keji, Nii Osabu'S eje Abolapiam. If you're saying a wall Sempe be, it makes sense. It makes sense. Now let's go on. The list said about this is better. Nii Adote Taki the first, the chief of Omanjo, is an indigene of Abolapiam Tumawe family and was properly and legitimately installed by the elders of Abolapiam Tumawe family, who are the true and allodial owners of Sowutuom lands, including Omanjo. It goes without saying that Nii Ofoli and his siblings and his children are. It goes without saying that if I'm gonna repeat it. It goes without saying that if Nii Ofoli and his siblings and his children are from Abolapiam, it would only be fair for them to join forces with Nii Adote Taki the first in the celebrations and not take arms against armless, peaceful sprinkling of Popwe. We hereby call on all the authorities to thoroughly investigate the incident and bring the culprits to book and let justice prevail. Signed, Isaac Nii Otu, acting head of family. Secretary Benjamin Ninjan Mensa, secretary. You understand? So clearly, statements then it make nibi come clear. Right. So shatter ebis and they go very important. They can need to if the land belongs to the family, how can Teddy's children alone? How come Teddy's children alone are ruling Sowutuom? That's a great question because Teddy Adele Comedy family here. That is true. Shout outs to you. Class I talk about Tashi. Okay, you understand? Nishipi get that the burner has lands there too. Encroachment. Okay. You understand? Now, to my bedding cabwe, any documents ekome achombo. Now, any get trouble down. Now, documents it's from I believe 1993. Now, come on. Atipo bito ni achegbe woloni Abolapiam mbi ekele sign. Je Sempe mekele sign. Atipo bito ni ebi Afeyaka bato ebi manche. You see, these people are so dubious. They don't care what they do to us as a people. They don't. Shout out to you, Mr. Ashon. They don't care what they do to the ordinary people. Atipo bitone ne ni eba kpafai ne bola pia mi bi e ke shikon lisi le ebi ne fo game kome keji ni ite takime ete shika bola pia mi bi ete she shugo ame to ebi manche ye geme. What are we doing to ourselves because of greed? What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? Te feel te taflache aigbenyo ni ebakpa fai ni akeshiko hale ne duni yemi ni atawo afeya ka ba to ebi manche. What the fuck are we doing to ourselves? No, I don't know Nii Adote Taki personally. I don't know him from Adam. So I'm not going to sit here and claim he probably has flaws. But in this case, it is only greed and dishonesty and indiscipline, hypocrisy. Bani mokwachusu atipo bitobi as against moko ni achole Nii Adote Taki. Kekanyo kro jibo ni taflache ota ofe pakpake wagan te fiote o chusuo moko na achole bito atipo against moko ni achole Nii Adote Taki. No kekanyo jibo no ta ogan shwele no ta ogan yame. How naka document ga fe chobo masanke chombo ego. How? No ni ganyu e ba ye gbe aye. Because ke gbe ye o ba no control ni okono ni esa ni oko. Yes, Uncle John. Yes, nkwa chobo. Yes, Uncle John, in the document what are we doing? Because no ni ganyu e ba ye. Because ke ye anu kwale mi ni bo oye anu kwale mi wo bo mo nwa ye. Come on, and from 93. Look, atipo bitole yo bi ama kane noni yo ni ne achombo. I must zoom le out. Konona. Come on. Come bien. On a date 1993. Come on, the very upper right hand corner. The very top. On a 6th January 1993. July mo. Okay, come on. Up the very top. Inga kresan chon jame. Inga ke enye screen there no. On a 1993. Come on, again, letter of consent. Land for farming. Sowutuom. Come on. You have approached this family. Once again, it didn't say stool. Tumoboni wache kake. Sowutuom land say belongs to a family and not a stool. So come on. You have approached this family to consider you for a place on the Sowutuom lands to farm. Permission is hereby granted to you, and a place has been approved for you to you for that purpose. Please note that every year you will pay to this family 2,000 Ghana cedis only as a token fee or toll. Payment shall be made directly to the treasurer of the family or any member of the family authorized by the head of the Abola Piami family. Tolls by the head botwe amakane demekum. Payment shall be made directly to the treasurer of the family or any member of the family authorized by the head of the Abola Piami family. It didn't say Sempe. It didn't say Sempe. Of the Abola Piami family. It did not say Sempe. You can see it on there. Tolls have to be paid by you at the end of every July commencing from this year, 1993. Please cooperate. You understand what I'm saying? So 1993, this was a letter. Nii abola pia ni be a sign. With neke atipone ni eswebi bronko je ni aite takime na meteshinkwe. Shukwa tole mancha atipone la igbenyu etaflache ka igbenyu jibo no kwami igbe la yo mi mi pabo fa ekole mencha ko te nse ton ba na igbe la ye mi. Ekole ba na. You understand what I'm saying? So mi pabo fa, this is nothing against you. But gama shikpo gama anoni. You understand what I'm saying? Te balete, te fiote, ni abola pia mi family. Keshikon, liso moko. Ni a couple of years down the line, ate ayato ebi manche. Ni nuewo, minfue ete no eshi, ni aite taki, kabola pia mi bine, eba tene, because, neke atipone, akaleba atra game. Neka atipone aka atipone ba acha game atipone le je cheshiponi so je sani elabe shipono so je sani no le ka kele ba acha game e ba pene ke o cheja igbe ba ni akashipon ale na ke fe gbo ni akara atobo manche o pene bo ba pene ni ka ba ye ni na ke bo aye. Now, so once again, atipone ni shikun atana tole manche eche ni abola pia mi bi ekele sign document ne bonu shishi na no ne come on a picture yo jeme no na ye ni no stamped come on Mr. Atipo Bito caretaker omanjo Sowutuom. So as far back as 1993 omanjo Sowutuom nakajiboni assign le na no abola pia mi joint heads. I'm an attorney to my family owner. Come stamp. I'm sure you can read it. No, a tipo bito. E papa na kele sign ni lene. E papa ni kele sign neke ni ne lene. Je sempe kele sign. Abola pia min kele sign. Ni ona yegeme omanjo Sowutuom. Now, no mi kebake. Keji sempe unke me kome sign no ko yegeme po. It would not matter. Because after 93, aye sania 2017 judgment table in favor of Abola Piani. So unless, like I said, Sempe appeal ke the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court won't appellate judgment na chafon. Anything less than that, Sempe has no business. Sempe has no business whatsoever. Yes, Sowutuom. And that is why I'm speaking to Nii Adote Otintor. Once again, send me the documents. Couldn't catch home and be here. Couldn't want money eton. Iche cooking her papa no in the bashen no meneho one fair show June fair show Ju for my fair show Ju for my baba tabie. That would be the story Nima treated you for. Uncle John, 1993 is not long ago. Why we couldn't get guns to oversee Sowutuom lands and we have to give an Igbe man the caretaker role? You see our exchange our pearls for swine. My goodness. Na say bono. Ona Ash Brown say. Bono. You understand what I'm saying? Ashima she and they tag no one anything. So come on. Okay. Now, let me show you another document. Now, in Ghana, a chombo before. Come on. Public notice. Sowutuom lands. It be ake judgment ehami. I want to sit here. Nima read the judgment mahabo. Bona from Abola Piani be. I need the judgment. I need it. I want to sit here tomorrow because it will tell a great story, like not great story in terms of ni agbabusanene ba ngonwana, but ehani we will find the history behind the lands and everything. And I'm gonna persist. Okay, in the bashen like I know this week. Because before I didn't start the show and be in Kaminta judgment there, I want it. Now, public notice, Sowutuom lands. Come on. It has come to the notice of the Abolapiam family, Tumawi of Accra, that in recent times, certain unauthorized persons have styled themselves as settlers and developers at Sowutuom in the Gan district. These persons had formed a certain Sowutuom Residents Association. These and other persons, now this was put in the dailies. And I can daily say. Now, these and other persons have encroached upon lands belonging to the Abolapiami family at Sowutuom. It didn't say Sempe. It said these persons have encroached upon lands belonging to the Abolapiami family at Sowutuom, south of Ankor, Chantang, and the area known as the police acquisition area, and have put up all sorts of structures without reference to the Gan district administration and the Department of Town and Country Planning. Now, some of these pretenders have chosen to describe the affected area as North Kwashiman, South of Ankor, and other previously unknown designations. The worrying thing about this state of affairs is that some of these areas have been earmarked for roads, schools, market, and other social/public amenities in the approval layout of the Abolapiam family. So, ona kwashia ni bi una fio. So, come on, ona keke a few years down the line, keji ma develop ni aba ataoni achuno ko ejeme keke aba kumo ma shianji. Come on, no neke. Again, the worrying thing about this state of affairs is that some of these areas have been earmarked for roads. So I mean, Oshiko indiscriminately. Family and I'm a shikpo near. I may fair layout any roads by any Abama school here, any Abafe here, any Abafe markets here. And these people were selling the lands indiscriminately without recourse to the layout here because they are so they don't really know the layout. Ni onuna yuake town and country planning be ni layout ni abola family be ke ha me I engage ya me. People were just selling the land keke. A few years down the line there ke government ba ni aba fe road there abama market there abama school ko it's an akumomani be victims ni unbeknownst to them I earmark and I'm a either for road or market or a school. It's an akumash. You see the nonsense things of this nature bring because you see. Now let's go on. The public is advised not to deal with any person or group of persons who purport to be agents of the Sempe stool in any transaction pertaining to the said lands. Once again, I may call out Sempe stool right away. Now, but the public is advised not to deal with any person or group of persons who purport to be agents of the Sempe stool in any transaction pertaining to the said land. Was there a counter Noko from Sempe to this? I would love to have it. Once again, would it even matter? Because at this point, Supreme Court, Supreme Court, Supreme Court, Appellate Court, so if even there was a counter statement released to this potential, would it even matter? Okay, as it stands, the only thing that would matter is a judgment from the Supreme Court. But don't forget him. The only thing about overturning the right to these lands, other than the Abolapiami family, is a judgment from the Supreme Court. anything short of that will not cut it. It is emphasized here that the Sempe stool, but wait, it is hereby emphasized that the Sempe stool has no claim whatsoever to these lands. But yet, Ato Mantse Ejeme ni actually Nii Osabu'S enye Sempe gbe. Accordingly, members of the public are advised not to deal with the following persons who have been illegally encroaching on the Abolapiami family lands. Now, they are Sempe Mantse, Nii Adote Otintor. So it started from Nii Adote Otintor. Nii Otintor. I would but in Liake Nii Otintor documents come here. Inherit na can documents. So Nii, once again, let me have it. Especially Kadinya appeal ke the Supreme Court na ye because come in appellate court judgment in favor of them, then it is. Get the Supreme Court overturn no, that's fine. Now let's go on. Nii Bako Amako Mankralo and acting Sempe Mantse. So onage clearly this was before Nii Adote Otintor. Come back on Angma Seidu Sisala. Come back on Angma Seidu Sisala. Ona Koshia menin chame Koshia bi ona Koshia bi ekone. If you te Seidu Sisala enye ne flo Oman George Sowutuom Shikpo na hole keke. Come back on Seidu Sisala. I mean, how? Come on, another one. Seidu Ibrahim alias Don't Mind. Te fiote Seidu Sisala. Ke Seidu Ibrahim. I'm a floor. Oman George Shikpon. Sowutuom Shikpon. Na hon. Nii akotia owosika. Ene asene noni. Asene gbeni. Jiga Wilson. Number one, actually, Jiga Wilson. Imagine. Ofanko Mantse. Aban Kote. Leon Aban Kote. Leon Asene. Asene biye. Ame judgment yo. Ame Asene biye judgment. Because Asene biye judgment. Like I'm saying here, then Abola Piani biye, they have a say. They are right to say I can jama mame noni. Seidu Sisala, Seidu Ibrahim. Can you imagine? Ayi Ankra, self-styled member of Abolapiami family. Mokonka actually Ayi Ankra. Lenwa ke jeme. Oh, okay. Ni shipike ni abankote egbo. Okay. Ni abankote egbo. Okay. Mokonwa ka actually Ayi Ankra. Lenwa ke je priam. Amega melele. Come on, now, just like how Abbas Sediki was given power over certain exactly. Nega Abbas Sediki at some point there, Onyoe is Legon Shikpo no na Abbas Sediki. Can you imagine? Oh, okay. Ayi Ankra is Jesse Ankra's father. Got you. Nishipi okay shikponji nkome hu ya jeme. Yes, she clearly obanage you know je jeme person age bible apia mi bia no hu mi no na me call it out there. Mogo actually yaya can Nii Kolai Amontia Sempe Mantse. So enemy fete way back. Asere Sowutuom Mantse. Allo Nicola Montia. Daria Montia be Joshi. Nicola be Joshi. Je Sowutuom no mi. Ke mokoni no mi achole kwashima Mantse. Now, let's go on. Keep more in mind. Seidu Sisala. Ke Seidu Ibrahim. Come on. Documents obtained through any source other than the Apple Apiam to my family in respect of those lands is void and of no legal value. Ask yourself how many people are falling victim to make a syndicate. It's a syndicate. I'll call it that. Ni tafla many ma ho shikpon many to mobeni abola pia me be a town and country plan. I may hear market jam for be e come for in Alabama clinic here in Alabama jala in Alabama school here. Imagine a couple of years down the line government to care about tuna can be about tumokunwe man be. Prospective landowners who deal with these persons do so at their own risk and shall not hold the Abolapiam family responsible for any such transaction. Dated in Accra, this 28th day of November, 1994. So this was not recent. 1994. Taya Yoyowa Esquire, a solicitor for Abolapiam family. Oh, Nushishi. What are we doing? Great point. Amakwe chief list. Nimakwa kesioto me na moshishi yo. Great John. Great point. Okay, ba. Ami 1 second. Makwa I have the list here. In your chief list there be 1924 no yo alote no niji. John, it's a good point. Animakwe because be any where you are no quali what tabia no about make mukuke say hale. So let me look nimakwake sioto me namo shishi a capture ye. That will make a lot of sense about what okay, so in year 1934, no, ye be 1934 chief list. Okay, let's see. Ani Magbele wakwake. Shout out to you, Uncle Charles. Wakwake wabana Sowutuom Yemilo wakwake namoshishi ake Sowutuom bu. That's a great point. Okay, well, that would not necessarily matter now because appellate court but for academic purposes only purposes anima check him na Sowutuom Yemilo bolala ne 2 hours I do that. Koni makunse nimaba bolala ne tui. It's I'm glad I can raising I know. Let me see if I can find it.
Tell me something I could do, so I go in your love again.
Find Johnny Femo Okiamoko min kwake manalu.
So I go in your heart again. Can't she be komoko? No, inga mo ishi baka.
Okay, makwe ishe sempe jame sempe where you crash so kolebu dambu damma owulama TSUIN in leni jeme Sakaman in Sakina Oshuma Odumase Odoman Domi Amanfro Fise in Supa Fantisri ko Impoase Ayidan Kwasi Kuma Kwasiman Abirakoma, Abokwashi, Toku, Obom, Asofan, Ofanko, Ayawaso, Domleve, so okay, I'm a check over here. I can't dabi ene akamaje no mi she. So no ni nye bi sempe no Sowutuom bemi. Sowutuom bemi. Na mo ne. Okay, na she lag beke ni bi ni di jeme. Yeah, so far in liake Sowutuom no mi jeme kola no mi acho jeme gbe conclude. I don't know. Cause so far I don't think I get na Sowutuom yet 34 chief list name. Na ka jeme gbe liake acho jeme gbe conclude. Bona. Nliaka charge me be conclude, but Ekola Sanima taking time nima kwe. So John, thank you. But so far Sempe no ni 1934 ne Sowutuom bemi list ni inche inhabwe. You understand? Let's move on. Aninke anyone chombo. Now, come on wolone. Come on wolone. Oh na public notice. Abola Piam family lands, Sowutuom lands. Once again, this is another thing we need owner. Come on. It is hereby notified of the general public that all that piece. Come on. Oh, I'm a zoom out. Bona. Ona no for you, ona for you family lands. Once again, Sowutuom lands. Nakaina for here. Like you show amini ojani feme. Come on. It is nearby notice for the line there for me of the general public that all that piece or parcel of land situated, lying and being at Accra in the Greater Accra region of Ghana, known as Sowutuom lands, and bounded on the north by River Insaki, and Ofanko village on the south by Kwesiman village, and Asres 2 lands on the east by Omroko Adai and Awule Mona family lands, and on the west by Abrekuma and Owuraman villages are the ancestral property of the Abola Piami family in the Abola division of Accra. So once again, this will not be John, because J2 land ni family land near, so it will not appear on the chief list, right? Because chief list there, it deal with the stools. So you have Sempe stool, you have the Gbese stool, you have the Akama stool. So that is why I need one eye a chief list there, because it is the family, it is a family land and not a stool land. Now, so that is why I'll go back but I think this would explain why Ekola mentioned it, because it is a family land and not a stool land. And are the ancestral property of the Abola Piam family. Was signed by Nii and Ponsa Ankra and William Nii Kwamina Owu by the joint heads of the and lawful representatives of the Abola Piam family. Publications sought to create the impression that the Abola Piam family it concerned Sowutuom lands. It gave a description of Sowutuom lands and warned the general public against dealing with persons other than the accredited joint heads of the family. The description in that publication conforms to descriptions given by the parties in suit that Sowutuom is to the north of Kwashima. So once again, this is another public document. Ni Abola Piam bi ekenchon ake ene amamenoni Sowutuom shikonjinye amamenoni. So mine wo manche koyejeme ni achole Nii Osabu'S ni enye Sempe sein be. Now, yani nke no wacha no nke no go nwa chon abo. Come on. Tumono ni nke ebwe ake le atipo bito numale ejole. This is probably not ni a town e bilafi. So I'm not going to blame him. Egbo taflache egbo eshijin. But come on, le taflache aigbenyo ewo ehe ni oman atipo bito oman ne onake konefe omanjo ni o papa bakpa fai ake shikpon afale alo ake male ni eduni yeno na charge le peanut efe a letterhead come on official caretaker and this even gave it away come on official caretaker of Abola Piam Tumabwe. It didn't say Sempe. Le atipo bito ebile no ni ewe ni oman atipo bito ne ewe manche le no eke wake shikpon come on family land Sowutuom and Omanjo families. So nega atipo bito ne no ni me ntawe use le como a family a letterhead nefe neke chuoni again. This was in 2024. Come on. Ni obana content ten yo mi makane mabo. Come on. Efele clearly yake family land Sowutuom/Omanjo. It belongs to the Abola Piami Tumabwe. Le bitono, he gave it away. Come on. Anukwali eko mepe. Efe no ba try no ko ba logo. But you cannot suppress it. Onyo chi kawonumi. Eba jeko. So this Atipo Bito guy he's been working with this other side. But yet he gave the game away with even a letterhead. Clearly, ekake Sowutuom/Omanjo Abola Piami Tuma will be a no. Because nakanji boni a chair kele. A chair ni bakpa faina ke shikpon hale. Nakanji boni e kele. Once again, at this point, the only thing ni eba chake no ni na is a Supreme Court judgment. Ni ewo neke appellate court judgment ne chafo. So, mi bad Nii Adote Otintor fai. Iche, keji oye Supreme Court judgment. Ni ewo neke appellate court judgment ne chafo. O fai ne keha minimum ke chong mambi. Right there, look. A letterhead there gave it away. Gave the game away. Now, Amakia Sariki Alaji ke Mokona Chole Kanto. There you go, John. There you go. This is Nii Adote TV. I thank God so much. I didn't really understand what I was doing until Nekendi bi ne kome boemba. Oh, jema wajin ke sisaye ni amebo mi ke bata sen ne no. Ame ya no na ame bunwe. Ni ame protect me. Okleje nyumbo ni le bomi e bun gbomojoye, bun susumaye, bu imumoye. Esaniga achaki. Esaniga echaki. Nekeni bi kome neke okleje mawu e wami niken tashi inna. There are little things, but it holds a lot of weight if you are able to see it and figure it out. I mean that in this position, like I will be able to do this to help my community. Now, come on. But come on, let our head here to it. Installation, invitation to the installation of a new chief for Omanjo, Nii Oman Atipo Bito. If on fail, ete eto le manche. Let me zoom it out. Konyo na letter noni kano ojuba. Let me zoom it out. Come on, man. Invitation to the installation of a new chief for Omanjo. Nii Oman Atipo Bito. Te fiote ni Atipo Bito chebakpa fai na le shikpon ne kefe ngmo. A generation later, ato ebi manche. wafio. Mini wafio. Eche bakpa fai. Na ke shikpo hale. Ne ke fe ngo. A generation later, ato ebile manche yo manjo. Mene medre innocent souls. Ame wale me. Because atato aibenyo manche ye gashikpono. Jene cheba e shikpon po keshika e. Jene cheba e shikpon po keshika. Shake e chene ke fe ngo. Ne ke kwashikpono. Mene ato ebi manche. E fon fe lo ekele fe komi. Noni twana ka abola pia mi bi e twane. I mean, how? 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 What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, name. The chiefs, the chiefs, once again, Boleta I told you about. The chiefs and elders of Abola, Piam Tumawe, not Sempe. And the Atipo Bito family of Omanjo humbly invites you to the installation of a new chief for Omanjo. Oh, John. Numo yuemo po jena tole no ya manchepo dabi numo John yuemo po Uncle John. Jenny atole no ya manchepo Uncle John. And he gave it away again. It felt clear. Okay, the lands over there, they belong to the Abola, Piam, Tuma, Way family. The chiefs and elders, chief, you go get elder from Abola, Piam. Look, I have a voice note of Nii Adote, Nii Blessy, Nii Adote Taki. I also have a power of attorney from Nii Adote, Nii na Egbeye lawsuit akele eke Sempe stool like other people take call there. I have a power of attorney who ye be. No me fair Abola Piam ye be me. But once again, Emale, the chiefs and elders of Abola Piam to my family and a Atipo Bito family of Omanjo humbly invite you to the installation of a new chief for Omanjo, Nii Oman Atipo Bito. Oh. No, Anna Moko, there is no worthy person. Yabola Piami way. Nika Abola Piami be in town na me to manche. Na me ba to le ejeme. Fe Atipo Bito bi. Thank you, John. No, John, Atipo has stuck to the facts that the source of his legitimacy is uncontestably Abola. No, that's it. Period. Point blank. Uncle John. No, So when they get the Supreme Court, let ne follow po a chon ka ye that this is a great evidence. If this, I don't even know the statute of limitation a whole component abanya get Supreme Court. I'm sure it's far gone. So this cannot be challenged again. Sunday, July 21st, 2024, Omanjo Government School Park. Yep, Uncle John. Pepe boy, you are nothing convicts a man faster than his own words. Over the Johnny Femo Kiamogoni Okiamogo ngedi Femo Gbanagbeni ke obasumoni o contributed Bolly, text mommy hi. Benye le boni wa fiole. Anima pin, ama pin in ama. Text mommy hi. Nima trouble. Call us money who contribute to the discussion. Thank you na. Na in share who I no. Bonke obasu money ofita na ni ege contribution call contribution aba bomodin text more hi to the pinned number ni matrable. We hope you will honor our humble invitation and thank you for your anticipation. Yours faithfully, Denny Bito, family head, Omanjo Atipu. Oh, you are now a mobile. Gaega. Come on, I sang my bell. Koya be. I can't go naturally. Sariki Alaji. Hey. I just I'm a get a document go and link about Chobolo, and Macbelly line say. Okay, so near Nejekoe, Abola Piam Bia once again. They wrote a letter against Nonin Kandia Chomboe. Come on. Let me zoom it out some more. Abola Divisional Council, Makete Regional Police Commander, Central Police Station, Accra, 9th July 2024. Dear Sir / Madam, request for police intervention at Omanjo to install an illegitimate person as chief. Vane like mo show ami ni oja ni femu ke oja ko ebomade no oja. I am writing to bring to your immediate attention a serious matter concerning the installation of an illegitimate person as a chief at Omanjo on the 12th to 14th July 2024. It has come to our notice that certain individuals are attempting to install someone who does not have the rightful claim to the throne. How the fuck do you install the flatche aibenyo ake manche ye gashikono? This action not only violates our customs and tradition, but also poses a significant threat to the peace and stability of our community. We respectfully request your intervention to prevent this unlawful installation. The presence of law enforcement will ensure that the proper procedures are followed and that a legitimate candidate is installed according to our established customs. We trust in your prompt and decisive action to uphold justice and maintain order in our community. Should you require any further information or assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for your attention to this urgent matter. Yours faithfully, Nii Akron, Ajeshi the Fourth, Abola Jaseche. Ona, I'm a stamp here, ni Assisi Divisional Police Commander. Let's see if there's one more thing that I can show you. Yes. I think that's it. Bona. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So if there is anything, if there is a Supreme Court judgment, ni ebawo nokone echafun, I would love for Nii Adote Otintor and the Sempe stool koni amehani in the asheno. Amehani in the asheno. You understand what I'm saying? Because as it stands now, the lands is clearly Abola Piams. It is theirs. So Sempe has no business. Ni I'm a mancheba in Jamolu. Now, ke obasumoni o contributor bomade and when squad them fame we busy. So let me know. One or two request. Ani eba koni matcha ege waka wani femo eba nagbe. In squad them fame we busy. Akuche lewu efe show. Olo so enye eba no mene. And of course, I check okaleche amefe busy. So fine. Ke obasumo ni Marabeta clearly Sempe because enye Sempe sengbe abola pia mi bi eke wagaji ama metole so Sempe
Hello,
now find it your turn.
Hello, me nga boy
Me
brand.
elebo no find your juba.
O find ni ngo dromo bon.
Nakai ye wa dromo o find no jai pa no.
O find no iradon me nga mo fin. Brand ni o iradon kan a show na o wagan wa adenche.
Right.
Si Dani Mawie mi ta oni master just no kwa abola piam mi biake. Sanine ameka ngwe. Ame kwa gbeke bi fin na me ipa fufo na apo. Na akwa aka na ya me sani am because ashishi gbeme chon. Land na chon is 6,000 plus.
Yeah.
Acres. They plots. No amekwe na aya me sani am ni ka sana ke leke no atipo bi aya court aka ma ya court.
That's right.
Na here me rent every month. Ameka online ka me machupo ye shiton na aka online down.
Yeah.
Atipo we kunyo fe ni oje me ka ingbeche me ni oje. I hear me rent. Why no na you are no kale cause wale atipo bi komeni da ingbe na me ye Sowutuom ame siponji na me yoda abajo. Na me ja me we ku me ka me bi ka me hoy. Ewo gama adumosh na ingbeche ma me tun ochofen ko na me gama e ba adumosh me wa me make sure ake ame mi ba adumosh odugba ye mu mi.
That's right.
Lo mi fe ame kachi. Ni secondly winning New York mo. Da na che Sempe stool. Sempe stool. Ewa ama bisane ada ke Sempe bi ame ka amele ni bi ani ya no eko. Ame chon Sempe bi eke Sempe stool le den cha me nya ame ya da ke stool le efe tumo each one wa like notorious people ke landguard son yo jen. Sempe palise Sempe stool le shiam bi eke ame nya ame ya da ke court de me awa me egbeye. Notness sisala aingbe. Me na cho ame clote ke ni bi ame na me yo jen na me ame wo Sempe me egbeye. Ewa ni eni ya no gboma de sa ko me pe fi oni ne ka Sempe cover. Ewa Sempe bi anya ya je ni se na Sempe gbe kan nu ko ni yo e je shi ami na ewa ame shootule. Yes, aje na shootule aye evidence e ni gbomo ko me na no gba acho. Ewa Sempe stool house ame Sempe family poten ame le eko. No ni da no Sempe sani tuma tipo bi eke PMB sani aba to eko na ake nwo e manche Ni sempe bi enye yu aga ke sika ofepe tu ba fa yo to emi. Aba ka botu. Si ben sekemba. Na ba te sinye. E ko le ka ba mo bo ye gacha ba mo bo ye manse. Na onyo yo ayo sani abu police kolo langard nyuko nye yo sani abu. Iye sane konklo uni ma yu akesi. Ni se ko ba nu ni nka ke akpa me ko me positions amu. Neka positions di na we man kla lo ke ni bi. No di no ni cause or problem e. Say mama de san woman check manye jeme. Ya ne sempe areas come zongo ke ni bi ni o. Sempe tomo kamara he come ni sempe shipon yo je. Awele awisa cheme ke ni bi come jole mejia manye ke manchemi. Kono achon ni Sowutuom ne ko ba ya kwa wole gbe keke sempe gbe keke shije sempe nyuji. Langa di son yo sempe me mancheme ke asafo acheme. Bia ka champe ple den che eni seje sempe shipon asenre. Agbado. Amaduru befen sempe manche na ka ewe. Champe ple ken paje mefen. Abu shia bi epokate ya demetuma ya mi. Abote machine ni se na mo complete omowo. Na ka chi yo mo kwa agbeshi. Ni je sempe shia na abote je nka ke atoken wo ma wonu mi o ka ha me shikana ke o pepele ke wonu. Sempe le ko e wa chagba mo ko mi egbe ni yo je. Sempe le ko.
That's right. That's right.
Sempe ma me ka me le sanne ne eko. Chiko je na ho ke ni bia ni yo no sempe nyoko be je. Sempe shia ete. Nakpo berima sakaturuwe ke tete peshiwe. Ame weku nyoko kra be no ni ya no e. Individual ni fio ni. Individual e occupy efe ye sempe e wele mancheme ke manyeme na ale ame. Me ne bole fe ale ame e. Sempe God enche ni ntashi ni wo yu one. Ake wo mokode ni le ke sisala nyogbo kanja kanyogbo aingbe nyogbo ne ya pay 200 million pe abafo manchema go mi yu e afu aingbe cheme ye jen. Afu no fe no akweke no fe no ye jen. Ka o pay 200 million pe abagba na bu ake bia na na for mancheme ye. Sempe Manprobie Plaza. Bonji aja keme na fu ye je aliame. Actually business. Na 200 million. Individual ne enyemi yo wu le fi onu tumu. Ne je anago ne ba ne tun ni lenu tumu. Ni se ne minu na ke grace ke glory ye no. Glory ye. Ndi akashi bekanu fio na ba wo bo manche ni je manche pwesa no yo. No papa ba, no papa ke oyin e wa sha wo bo manche. Ni je sempe shia mi oje na ba wo bo nwe. Mene gbi ne no. O wo e manche nwe. Sempe ma shipon o fe. Ka me shipon nwe no ba ya me shipon no ba on aja ka se gbogbo yi. E wo sempe mele ko fa ni. Wo sempe stool e muji.
Ishe pepe.
No, I mean double
So far na radon. Okay.
P&B over ne ka wo we no ko as a solution I make sure a solution abola bi amen do mo shape.
Yep.
Amen meet amen faith together. That amen faith together amen ba stand. Oh fite shikano ka yo sane crack where was e where she kon se na mon. Oji won wo game wo gold.
That's right. That's right.
E wo P&B ames we ku me adum ba abola P&B we ku me adum na me claim my lands na ingbecha me ke me na me ho land there I hear me rent akpa land sell home ko di was e gbeke bi ba me wa me na eko Nika Sempe Mantse ko ewo noko ye de ne sa na ewu enwa adu moshi na afamo ye de me. Mangard ni je Sempe yoni. No wo iradon.
Fine you iradon na my job. All right, bye.
My job.
Right.
No ni you rani. Ka ameke mi male na ameke Sempe chemeja me. Ame ba na ameke wa court.
That's right. That's right.
Alo ame ba ji ame na.
That's right. Over you iradon. Right. Okay. So bona kesempe la yo na kesempe la you also. Anyways, nyani what try in other call ke woke woni femo eba na gbe. Okay. There we go. Hello, Uncle John.
Hello.
Yeah, Uncle John, if I tell you thing.
Ofane jogba numo.
Nami.
Sani konfe prosecutor.
Oh na. Ofane call you na get mami. Imami mboto, imami mbafun.
Benono get quit your cruise.
Imami mboto mbafun. That's right.
No, but in that call here prosecutorial eye. Ni onyo connect or dot say.
Yeah.
I can trande humble. She only no koni ban na wa denje. Ni na ke ye wa wi. Government ke operation feed yourself ba. A champon time soja fouye lo wa klowa o shpondien fe aka meken fe moi. Se kbe ame do ame yaka men register me. Necho ame no. E wa question nimbi o yake. Ke government ye program go po. Ga onukpa ento neke wake ame na gam fomo bi ni baya klowa na mama fe operating feed yourself eko. Sinjaka ha janga jake sisala ke atibo bitome. 93 is like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Ni brofo ke wake first factor of production is land.
That's right.
Land is more important than any commodity in the world. No more so a position at the center of the earth. Ni wanukpa ke wonye nyola, they don't see the value of the land. Boy, more na the value. They will exchange everything and anything for the land. Ewa komo zanye nu water here. It's not different from what ganklowa boy baba no nukpa e. Ewa nyera wo bien nu wo ke bien wa fe no kofi o ya bi. Onukpa na ke mini gbeme na ni wo na e wo sanu wo ke wo shipunji e ha me. Ewa ke okoshpon 99 years no ke wakola ke one plot wo ko ke ha tipu e. O ka tipu ahino. Nefo ewo be kanso ai. Bomo be kome. Ekole bakenga. By the time ne ba share e kanso ano ame over 30. Bago ya no aka ma ke lise tan ewo ho alumini. Ewa aye wa wi wa na nega form bi won ya easting wa touch point.
Me voter ni amin klapo. Nyanjoko ye bi e kle America na etwa me get chale mi nte voter region ye.
Can you imagine? Nenu mo ke wo valuable land. Akpata fe. No, na ye they are on a special project. Wo faje fe a fite fe yani wo he wale yo fe a fite fe systematically. I break it down. It will ask a big question. 50 years from now, what will remain of Ghana? Ewa me na ke kamata wo homo ho yele wo batishi. Ewa no have that one.
Right.
But the sentence of power will back control.
That's right.
Yeah. What strangers in our own land. Keje no ko nigba na ka ye gba na cho faji. Eke mugo ke pe e4 pe sie. What is the pe sie na ne come be na reduce le. Me no news. Question ko no bi o da no mo pe wa ye neke da ne mbi o he no mo pe wa ye neke.
It's unbelievable.
Because bi o gan ba hin lo. See hope because bi kumele hu na me ba I'm also no na ma me kemba.
Nakai.
It's unfortunate that is na man no I'm a cancel I can me matter. Sha me ba no. Na make pa I make gan.
That's right.
Well, we are with you. We are with you. We see the beautiful program you are doing.
Thank you.
Zinga you mo agree o. O ye prosecutor ime. If you're not about to now, o connect or dot say.
Danyu washi.
Well, many of a program no ogbele menkuma here. Ogbele ma here. Men nanoni yano.
That's right.
Me nanoni yano ba me helishi. Nzene yant kone fe akele o gasane gbe na ne nibi ne sendo mi ke nibi ninke. Hey, botete o helishi.
That's right.
That's right. It was ordinary effect, but a great work is being done.
Exactly.
Through your program and several others.
That's right.
It was going by. Don't give up.
Ufane you.
Talu manyaba.
Yao. Oiradon. Bon oyana walada. So thank you so much. I think I can. That was these were the only. Oh, okay, all right. Just in receiving another one could be an no. Over the cow basmo no you any in the ashen. If not, be wakawani femo mbana be. So if you really want to contribute, let me put in a call. Hello, Numo. Ufani to your thing. Papa, ufani boy ojuba.
Yo jugba.
Ufani oja e
na can be am yeche.
Na kan no eche wa ade nje.
What if one be a fan? Okay. No ni bi akome ke mu botu e do mi wa. Wo ke fi na ka ke di be mi nkwe. Ni bi akome e do le jake if it mo be ni wo game won otumo wo yi ta flat bulu ye ha boy. Be menji ame no ka me yo je me. Ni san wo ka man shi. So wo ka nya wo ka man shi ni ame klo wo ni bi.
That's right.
Onani, you know me are you on a sponsor and now you on a can have me. No, this is the tip of the iceberg. Me pi the stand in a pi ni akro worship ni kaji lele what na manche ni manche attached to bad. It's an affair inquiries.
Yeah,
we have to go back.
Yeah, I agree.
Against us.
Over no ya no that be one way over the channel. Okay. Nyani what try echo if I get what chair line yep. Okay, let's answer. Hello Nje.
Hello.
Yep. Yeah. Oja ekpanu eko na get network
Be me am fe ko me am against war.
Right.
Ni what tashi ni wo fe wo he ta flat wo kwa oni bi ani. Ni wo game ko me ka me ya fe ko me. No ni ame ton wo ni bi na me hon wo ni bi ni ile ni bi pi ni kan ma wi ekpanu no ehin no ko fi mo. Eja kechi ameke onukpa ya fe kume ke soldier foi ke police foi ke ni bi they are all against us. Even the government is against us. Ni that perfect in info. Akeshi we have to do a revolution. We are very radical. One can feel you.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Rollins is then about Tano Denche. Lew Eleni P. na can figure me. Miss Quezane Quena Jajina can be. Befe de Keteno. Befe de Keteno.
Yep.
Ona, and a Jagman, you know, not no here, Jagman is Sunday. Kaja chuchu kajabuzi haino. Na me bona kani efimu. Ona, I'm a fake me. They are click. Ni watashi wakwe ni ka kami komito we. Ke wona manche tashi juba. Bi ana na hie ni wo fe wole no ni ya. Wo be manche. Ke wo be manche je wo be manche. Aye manche obo na wo mu.
Wo mo konklu.
Ni akpakule. Do ke problem e ba. Sikaji adna manche ne tashi ni. We have to make inquiries and go back. Stool lands can be a fair, family lands can be a fair. It's an eye back. Now, when many men are only, I can be me, I'm on in a camoni a choice in land and property in a mini party.
Nii Adote.
Oh, we know it.
Nii Adote.
Ni tashi ni can be Ghana, and it's still a property and whatever in Accra. Ni can be Yano. What actually soldier for a backlaw after soldier for use military power that make a claw when be la ni be come la suppose come fair can be I'm a claw ni what actually won't kwa me
unbelievable
and e follow ni game come le ka yie amena no na you against akeshi ni boneke don't ni nani ni fo be ko moko ba domo shi na elomobo no ofi one ni ofaga ye ojiboku de sana lumo
yep
ni ofaga he ni ke gagbe ke bi yakwa buku yakwa ma probi be na kan bi fe na menyenye jeme ye momo what be ni bi na ya ni bomo no hie ka bo shi ele so lo be no ba adwa
yep
shi bomo no hie ka shi no le ake je ni bi sale ya no ke fe gbo na
yep
what ja do na no you know can you the fuck and I can me fu me fu
it's sad
abi trash ya jeme ni ame hie gbele ko na ame jomo mi gbele ko ni ka awie ni ba cheme agbene cheme am no na me yu agbene san water shi no kwa I'm jabu. Mini jam I'm jobu. No fi one. O fe o honhi. Alo fe hame. Mbra, sani mobo shi. We have to do inquiries. Ni aya back. Ni DFA. Many you know, many be no, many a clock was she coding. I will say more. Ni man ko yo su ke fi ko program. Yeah, like ni mane. Ni ekpe egbe no. Nima ni eke Hausa chemeti court that can be that's right. I'm a land can be na ke ha me to be ni ake ha mo Simon na you sanene
yep
come ba na ha me eko na me here I me call e ke ka me call e ke no chila no I me call fe
mabo
Nuko eje osuni a ni maleji ni mamanche bia na na kanje me
ina mono chon Mr. Kumsinko I think Kumsinko or something like that I know what you're talking about
I'm a land feni I'm soru meni yo je me kuma yo that's yakeshi I'm cheme ahun ha me
dabi
ake ha me na me hinje me eja ke chuchuwe ka me ba na me to ko na me hin wo ha me ko na me hin wo ke to enjo laba wo te fe ni ka ke no ko ha bo no ba ko
ni ba chon no
ni no ni ya no komo no ni ya no yi komo wo game na me fe ame ba dele ga ame ba taga wo me wo ya
mabo that's the question yep no ji sande
me wo ya
that's the question mabo was sande
mabo ya ke be pi e pa no ni sande do ame ke ni bi shi na kan wo nu pa Kemone choy land and property whatever party and what we know
That's right. That's right.
Kepenga bulehale.
Yeah.
Ejakeshi what we know. Ona, si ene me fe ya jeme, mi de ta jeme fio. Ni kenu kwesa ni afi kome, ni kame onu pa afi kome. Me akwa ni bi ami. Me ni ashishi ami keme ni aklo na he ami di.
Yep.
The governments are against us, not this government. All the subsequent governments, they are against us. Mikebu, when they call it. Me what many gameni ame kamera afi kome. Na me new ame here, na me ahe, ame new ame here. Na akeshpoji ha me. Ke no ni government, that ain't come. No ni government ke di name no. Ni aka fe government ni bi na hin fe mo kan bi fe. This is the time is ani take your manche. Afin manche say ni na kan bi akpokan aweku me ke family stool land say ke family land say. Na ke ha me. We don't want any compensation. Compensation nya ba ani. Compensation nya ba ani.
Mabo.
Como atomic ni akeha ame akeve atomic akafe atomic na ehin fe mo be no ba na amamo estate
amamo amamo jenfe amamo fe amamo ni bi ye
jenfe amamo ni bi ye jenfe game ko mele hu be ame wi ake ni ame je wo mu wo mani wo yin egbele ni won ka market
won bla me ke ba me na he
ba fe ko me na ti wo se
amena
ababa lomo
Avera, Jemo Mwamba.
We are too radicals.
That's right. That's right. We radon. That's right. All right. Thank you. Okay. Nyani woge numo John aba mi ko ni wobole tui.
Hello, Nii?
Yeah, Papa.
Yeah, imbeku.
Nagai.
Noni last caller we had the honey nkai. Aka baba fe express road. From Accra to Kumasi. To reduce the travel time.
Right.
Well, we kume ablekuba manye blomo. Blomo na me blo jiake. Route ni expanded road ba ye ba yi mantele mini ba kuma me we kushia fe.
Okay.
Ke di body bi come na do ye mam ni ha na efi o manhia. Fair are in the right of way. Question ji no mo pe wa ye neke. Aji kwe shikpo asye kwe ha se bi nkwe. Ne bale neke family houses say our banyo relocate ke a reserve land say.
Yep.
Because we a land bank. Eke dibo ni bi ene nwele himi e ba ya komi ami natural me ni bi ni sanafi. Si ake na dwen so ni hiwo. Ame ho fe agbena me ame blo mo ji ake. Ababa farm shishi.
Yep.
Ni boya koma lo. See, right from the beginning, you boy homo left, right, left, center. Ninye so ni imbi numo kwake wo say you know be enye drum me ka ma me ba na ma me ba fight me no e wo ken ne ken ye manche me yiche I mean we kunu pa ayiche abiele
what forget it?
I'm finished no
yeah, no, they don't care.
Na me ya.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
A very good case in the tema and get tema maya. Ablekuba maya. You want me for?
Yeah.
Because Chinese surveyors say, but after soil testing, ye man thing, gentle. You want that name Musushama Membolo. It will get one way, na me boat way, ne came babale.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
First factor of production is land.
That's right.
Your factory ke boy chomi onyo my koyomi. Sano my spono.
Yep.
Inside no you no ko it was many try me stool. No need to no you get this bag. No o chowo ke we kuko ye Las Vegas.
Yep.
Every year. Call Nakra or now $1.5 million.
Yep.
It was water balletin or quack gasegbe jigbe education jensi e no fear no jensi e gan. Then they boy spread more te balletin. Ni ne me feng me wo ni na ne komo.
It's unbelievable.
Ke ko ne ko ke gan stool ye hotel ko ni like some mega project in Haleska every year. Osu la Teshi Nungwa nothing. Many care me use stool oh near keba no ajano ni
oh yam lam
I finish no fiano.
Oh yam lam lam. Oh yam lam. Oh yam lam. Mobo. Mobo.
Oh, inke ni no me no le inke
yeah.
E wa na ne amenpa government fa yi akelon le gba yi e ko klu.
Ow.
Because kaka ba yi abliku man here le be afa me shishi jinwe.
Unbelievable. That's right.
No what ne. Well, we are hoping that through this program, say people's eyes will start getting opening.
That's right.
Because as a fache poka ba wojencha work ejo we kukomi. We kukomi ame ni kote katamanso ta na manche kese recognize na hale segbe. Eke aya wona kan gbe kaka han sisalanyo.
Yeah, my boy.
It was 200 years that I celebrate the thing. Yeah, na ka ba fe ni epo ye ni achate manje tu pojenje. Aflo it was not in our lifetime. Ni imagine this one. In our lifetime, ni bemen je ya ke no ko ne ke poteno.
Wabia you know le
in the next 30 years. Shipon ama hotel ye jeme.
Yep.
Ama recreational center ye jeme. Baba je one year lolo.
Yep.
It was now the place will become a myth.
Yep.
Because there's no physical evidence.
No go club jeme.
Ni no mi oyenoko naka odro ni ke ni ne touch all the thing regional minister te court yeah family ko mi atwa me ametwa me odwe kesi ameke dodo afen ponye ncha
amame noni.
Yes. Actually runs for Dodro.
Can you imagine? Man, unbelievable.
It will make me wonder. 200 there one kwe. Because make me go no ke ni bi na me na. Keje katamanso nkwen
amena ujura. Yep, American chon, yep.
Amebe festival ko ameka ba ja me no to.
One on me. Oh, one on me.
Can you wa fe Akaswa Stadium view? Allo wa fe Independence. Allo Billy Elwak.
Yeah, baba.
Because the sacred ground then were Independence Day. No need how.
Yeah.
If you make a menu the essence of Katamanso.
Dabi clearly. Clearly, I know she.
Because Paddy Akeba Chiwe will come from. That means genocide. Genocide.
Yep.
I've finished with fame.
That's it. Yeah.
It was make holy ground in there. Sacred ground in there. Take your tail at home. Aja hope we hang game po jenje game ke be esi abaka won chi wo
yes, Dabi, yep. So much you put work me po ke what te po ni aduma po ameka police vo edumo je me na ka kwa nyeka ba bie. So much you Anyway, Uncle John.
Da o software ba anya me hi.
Amanya me hi ka ba. Na me ba. Yep.
Nike is moko no ye mane ka was 6 o'clock and na ke wa ke je me culture. Accra is a no man's land.
Dabi, mo fe ba nya fe. Afine what sofoko ni eganjo ni what na le ba nu wo yi. Na ko software ba nu wo yi.
Me and God sofo ake. O sofo ko ake. Ni obanyo o ma mi obanyo compromise e je me. Obanyo compromise e ga. Ni AM o like ke AM po na bin makel operationalize bylaws e po jenche ko ban e po jenche it will be ceremonial.
Yeah,
because everybody will be noise levels in the city will be within the law.
Yeah. Yep.
It will get AMFA in 1 month pay.
I get you Sunday. Yep.
I make a menushi. She came to cook my megbo. I was 6 o'clock about.
Eje ayebi orado adi
wonu pa o software le won sana ka ma wi sama ma me helishi
nagai
Oyuado
ofani yo orado thank you so much nye you no ko bi ani nke traditional council so far amenwe ko ame calendar yi mene 14th ame 3 weeks before the need then ame baba nesani by this time I fe no isi e omo education and yano. Anyways, now waka akuche abakpa no ne ke wabakpa akuche ke wabakpa nya waka abakpa no. Now waka akuche abakpa no. Right, so chemeke minda nya fancy walk back what face show ju le what face show she will baba be a ju for me call na me be no go serious whatever akuje be bo am fan na wo no ka wa pa mo like o face show so she je mi ni what she no me bo wo face show akuje again oh if I get call it drop and like akuje answer nya wo kwa akuje baba no lo. Hello, Akuje.
Yeah, need okay.
Yeah, Nami. Laga no mi abo wo fe wo show e wo so le aga okpa.
No me mi fe si ngole ngemi mla.
Okay. Bo amo na afen awo ni wo pa mo.
Yo nteme kanye me. Mi da mo fia mo si. Wo ba no mla mo. Bole no mo ko mi no no fe wo no.
No.
When you have the book and need to know.
Nagai.
When you left and right, no. Acho wono boka kanai. In shokeku wono fe.
That's right.
Nteme evaluate ojoba adenche. Amaluate ojoba adenche.
That's right.
Ni ifiagashi ni dete jiagashi teme bo wotu e. Ame bo wotu wa adenche. Eche nye. Manchemeni wo yo obi ane kafie egba me na agashi ublanu ko ni ge manchena lo akole title ko e ba yu no ko ni no ni yu anu kole ni ba ko ni pa tu ni ona egba me na ni na ka ni ebet mo dibo ko ni eba temami
Dibo kuni bachemami. Yake ame unupa fenyo unupa puni wame manche plenche ame nyo si ke ame manche ame tan ame bu unupa edo.
Right.
Because unupa ba kala si ene kachobe le we na ge dabi bi eke te fro na me ba na yo bi oni bole eke choki.
That's right.
Numo ngela ge dabi ka otenu ana yo e ko choki pe. Oh, say Muji.
That's right.
Because a year Range Rover, a year 4x4, like a new Asia.
Yep.
A channel,
yep.
I'm feeding. I mean, like a cable.
Yep.
Suppose you can it be near the only one now? What can some woman to never banning army? Because Womanina. No bada ko cheme ni wo cheme ame mi nse na me na me ba awon fa
dabi
no mi ke omo yi wo cheme tun no wa fa na wa odi de.
That's right.
Ni wa jo anklo wa jo chialu ke ni bi wo na kata me ni wa jo chialu ke ji awon fa na chi fa ke ni bi wa chon ka wo ko bibi ko meni ye gama meni ke analo wa chonka ke bibi ajesomo ni.
That's right.
Season ke chaki wo be time table wo le beni ke lo ba wo le ni wo chon.
That's right.
Because ke lo ba pe awanya na lo awon to 1 year. Nakata me kalo ye wanye kaji kani bi kuma se
dabi
waya afana no aka ashadi de kani bi onumusi wo kaji be mi ne keno nakata me di de ka kani bi ame ba bi.
That's right.
Onumusi ke agbena hu fa kani bi di de kani bi tan won nakata me lo hu ba ye show me.
That's right.
Wo erotator ni demo ko ba cho won ni wo fi o. Automatically your boy dey me like ajibo na ya ale. Ona ni.
Yeah.
Si mene amba fite fe. Ndete ndete amoshi.
Nakai.
Ba yi ojoba.
Nakai.
Si nke one thing ba gbe na peji. Babu ejegbeko e use game.
Yes.
Ni ikaba tagano. Ni esa ni wo mo legbe. What mo gbe arun e. Esa is another plan.
That's right.
Wo cheme kenyeme. Ngwa wa biye. Chinakabule oba chinakabule.
Ishe. Radon akuche. So o find ni okwa wata bomode no ya Facebook. Ni oya kwa akuche show e ba ya jeme try playback no kwe no muna that was what he was talking about no jimene a center a show no chimo injeshishi min kwele ni on kata bia me ni batabia ni imbo show e mo so bomode ni oya Facebook Papa Ro Nii Adote ni topic ne no na dey raise bia ne no it delve into it deeply koni obuletwe once again ekomeko nche Nii Adote Otintor ye shiba mi tumoboni yue kaje shishije kaji wolo ekoye ni Supreme Court overthrow noni overturn right noni get overthrow overturn noni appellate court rule ki abola pia mi o fine ani Papa Ro ni ahye no ko ande di ne hye no e ka ha mi e kan batabi e kan kan fe cho man bi but as it stands now when kaji appellate court ruling e domoshi na gan pepe be esani Sempe Mantse ye Sowutuom clearly documents and one half in chonke Sowutuom abola pia mi bia no ni no kesane na ba so check min gbabo fai ka o kwani ni money Sempe e wale ejeme ani Papa Ro ni ahye no ke ni de hye no ni de ahye no wo ogba wo fe show ju wo fe show ju for gbeke wo baba bie nye fe nye yi ana walada nye ke nye mojuno bye bye.